Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of our Farmville2 Country Escape Live with Scott and Jennilee live stream. Wow, that's a lot to say in one sentence. Joining me tonight, I hope she's here. Jennilee, are you here?
I'm here, Scott.
Yay! Thank you so much, Jennilee, for making time to join us tonight. I know that your full-time job, which from what I understand, is a Farmville animal nutrition expert, and that's been keeping you super busy again, so I'm glad that you have taken time out of that job to be joining us tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for the invite.
You bet. Glad to have you. So, Jennilee, a quick question. As a Farmville animal nutrition expert, do the pig and the goat ever get sick of carrots?
I've never asked them. That's a good question. I'll,
Well,
I'll let you know the answer.
you've never asked the pig if so the pig speaks to you.
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried.
All right. And also the next thing on nutrition is why does the prize goat food need honeycomb?
That one I don't know either. They're not actually supposed to eat honeycomb. It makes them bloated, but maybe that's exactly why we use it. Maybe we want our sheep to be bigger for more wool.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, I guess we should introduce ourselves. So I'll start by asking a couple of questions, and then you can ask me the same. We'll kind of do it in an interview form. So generally, who are you and where are you from?
I am Jenny Lee, and I'm currently living in New Mexico. And what else did you ask me?
Oh, I just wanted to know where you're from. You said New Mexico. Is it warm in New
Oh, yeah.
Mexico, or is there like grass on the ground, or?
They don't have grass here. It's a desert, but it's
Oh,
warm.
nice. And how long have you been playing Farmville for?
Just shy of a year.
Nice. Awesome. So you can ask me the same thing, or I can just rattle off my name
I'll
myself.
go ahead and ask you. So, who are you and where are you from?
So my name's Scott, obviously the Scott and Jennilee live stream. I'm from a little town in Alberta, Canada, just south of Edmonton. And
How long have you been playing for?
nice. Probably a couple of years. I was playing and then I quit and then I came back, but constantly, or not constantly, but very regularly over the last 8 or 9 months, have been playing a lot. So that's kind of who we are. We'll talk about more about ourselves maybe in a later video, but we got a lot to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to continue on if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Are you noticing any people showing up on the chat or the live stream yet? Do we have any people joining us?
So far, it looks like one person has joined us.
It's probably Anne. She said she's spy. Anyways, let's explain to everybody what we're doing here. And I have something prepared. I'll just kind of rattle through it. And if you want to add anything in afterward, you can. But I figured I love Farmville and I like playing Farmville and I love chatting to others about Farmville. And I just wanted a really fun way of sharing this stuff with the public so that they could love Farmville too. And I wanted a way of doing it that would be a lot of fun. So I figured I'd have other people join us, like yourself or someone else from our co-op or whoever, and we could just have a great old fun time chatting and informative time as well, providing maybe some advice or some help with needed. And so that aside, um, we have Jennilee here who's agreed to help as well, and she's going to be watching the YouTube channel for chat. So if you want to chat with us, just go ahead and put something out there on the chat. Jennilee will interrupt me and say, hey, we have a chatter, yay, and then we'll answer your question or talk to you or whatever you guys want to talk to us.
Hey, Scott, we have a chatter.
What? Who is it?
Anne.
Anne. Hi, Anne.
I said hi. I said hi.
Awesome. So come laugh with us. Come join us on this stream. We're going to do it hopefully pretty regular. We don't really have a day set aside yet. And come laugh with us and come be stressed out when our farm isn't working and our sun is spinning and all that stuff. And I'll be running the visuals on the visual side. So Jen is watching the YouTube chat and going to interrupt me, and I'm going to kind of run the visuals so that we can have a kind of a consistent show. So that was interesting. Do you need anything to add to that, Jennilee?
Nope, it sounds good to me. I agree with all of it.
Awesome. Okay, so before we run into our news, how many are we sitting at? Are we still at one person?
One person.
Just Dan. Oh, well, that's okay. We'll get more as time goes on. All right, so without further ado, we are going to run our news. All right, and joining me from high above the farm is Jennilee. Hello, Jennilee, can you hear me?
Yes, Scott, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Let's hear the traffic crash report from today.
Oh, yes. Okay, so let's get started. For the first issue I'm seeing, there's Cammie from our co-op. She seems to be having trouble getting her event to start.
Yikes.
Oh, yes. Also, I'm seeing a lot of spinning suns. It's quite popular at the moment.
Hate that.
Oh, yes. And then there's also a slight bit of rain. There's baking soda, pepper, mustard, mayo, things like that.
Nice, nice.
That's all I'm seeing on the traffic front, Scott.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you back at the farm in just a second.
All right.
All right. Forgot to turn on our background music, but we should have it there now. Jennilee, are you back with me on the farm?
I am back.
Yay. Awesome. All right. So a couple of the things you guys have noticed on our stream, I've got some information on the screen. Jen, can you see the screen that I have up right now?
I can see your screen. Also, let me tell you real quick. Anne didn't like that you just said just Anne.
Oh my gosh, Anne, I'm sorry. You know that you're like one of the most important, reliable people I have on here for all of my testing and everything. So, Anne, you are truly not just. You are the one and only. Well, there's two of you. There's an Anne that doesn't play anymore that used to play with us, but now you're like the number one Anne. Totally the number one Anne.
I did tell her that you didn't mean it.
For sure, of course not. All right, so anybody watching who wants to get a hold of us and maybe have some content for us or share some screenshots, I have up on the screen on the left-hand side below the spinning little coin with me and Jennilee, I have our email address, which is scottandjennilee@gmail.com. And to find us on Facebook, you just type in FarmVille2 CE livestream. That will bring up our live stream page. And on Facebook, which we refer to the YouTube, and we'll be posting dates and times. And below that, we have our YouTube channel, which if you search "Let's Play FarmVille2 Country Escape," you will see the little icon with what's her name, Jen? Do you know the character's name who's on the page?
Marie.
Is it Marie? That's like the most famous one. Are you embarrassed that I didn't know that?
A little bit.
I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? It would have come to me, but I was stumped with it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let you explain who it is."
That's why I'm here. I'm helping you.
That's true. That is true. That's true. And don't forget to interrupt me if there's any chatters. If we have any people joining us from the outworld, from the
Anne does say that she appreciates your groveling.
Nice. That's great. That's really good. Awesome. So we're on to the news segment of our of our program until we get interrupted with what everybody else wants to talk about. And I guess the first thing we're going to talk about is the herd dog. Did you get the herd dog, Jen? Ali?
I did.
And I'm going to bring up a couple of slides here, and I got a message on my farm game that says farmers would like to apologize for all the problems in the game recently and to show our appreciation for your continued love for the game. Here's a herd dog free until April 10th. And I heard a rumor on Co-op Chat earlier that if you put the the herd dog into the Easter egg area, it almost always finds everything. So I think that's a good hint. But anyways, so what I did was, because some people don't know how to find the herd dog, is it's inside your premium farm hands, and it just shows up as a claim button that you click on, and once you have it, it will show it as available on your farm for 14 days or 13 days now, I guess, because we got it the other day. So that's pretty awesome. Jen?
Yes.
Have you tried the herd dog out? I haven't started the event yet, so I was just, you'll have to tell me if the herd dog's working for you.
I actually finished the event already.
What?
And I don't recall paying too close of attention to if he did better. I'm not sure.
You finished the event? You have 17 days, 3 hours, and 49 minutes. What are you going to be doing with all this time?
I just happened to find everything I needed on Global, so it just kind of happened. It was very easy to finish.
Wow, that's crazy. And I haven't started mine. I was saving mine for the live stream. In fact, right now, without further ado, I'm going to start mine. I'm going to click on this little envelope, and I'm going to click Let's Go, and we'll see this little animation pop up of the farm. Craft event recipes to beat the timer and win more rewards. Awesome. So it looks like I have a lot of catching up to do, clearly, for this. And actually, while we're talking about, I got my first event basket. Looks like I've crafted some bunny pretzels. How about that? All right. So while we're talking about the event, there's a lot of resources that people can find on the internet regarding the event. Have you ever been to the Zynga Facebook page regarding events, Jennilee?
I have, but real quick, Treasure says hi.
Hi, Treasure. Treasure is amazing. Well, they're all amazing. You guys are all awesome. But Treasure was actually with me on my previous live streams for like 2 hours. And so I was like, Treasure, wow, you have been like my biggest fan. I just love Treasure so much.
She's dedicated. Dedicated.
Dedicated. Thank you, Treasure. And are we at more than 2 people now for the chat? Or are we still at 2?
We got 2. We got Anne and we got Treasure.
Yay! That's all we really need though, right?
Right. The important people are here.
Epic. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a internet window here, and I'm going to go over a couple of really cool things that players on Farmville can go to get some information. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the event. So all I'm doing is I'm Googling Farmville events, and there's a link that'll pop up. That very, very first link, it says Zyngablog typepad.com Farmville2 mobile announcements, and it talks about the Easter egg hunt. So whenever there's a new event, this page will show everybody the event, the phases of the event, and it also will show people where they can find stuff. So for example, on the screen right now, I've got phase 1, baking soda from Grandma's Glade, Pappy's Pond, Merryweather Mine, the pier, and the chocolate fountain. And then it shows every single phase and where to get stuff. So that is really, really handy for people who want to know about the event. Wouldn't you agree?
That is handy. I don't think I've seen that before. That's good to know.
Yes. So hopefully you can see it now, like 10 seconds from when I speak now, because you're in the past and I'm in the future. I'm not even sure how that all works. What we do need is we need our member of our co-op who's from New Zealand to log in and say a few words to us from tomorrow, which would be really cool, and tell us if North Korea has attacked yet or anything like that.
That'd be helpful.
It would be very helpful. Okay, so that is that. Now, we haven't done the weather, and we were supposed to go straight into the weather right after the crash report you just did. And the weather we're going to be doing is whether or not you and me are going to be on the farm in the next few days, so we can let our co-op know that we'll be around, or each other know, or whatever. And so you go first. Are you going to be on the farm in the next little bit?
I don't think in the last almost year I've missed a day on the farm.
I noticed that. I've noticed that.
On the weekends, I'm not on as much because I do more family time, but I'll definitely be around.
Awesome. That's good.
What about you, Scott?
Well, you know, I was on the farm like regular up until this whole live streaming thing happened. And then once this live stream happened, I was like, let's learn about live streaming. Let's learn about how to put the live stream on the computer and do it. So I've been spending a lot of time with that, and I've been spending a lot of time making sure that it works good, and hopefully a lot of time making it good for everybody out there. I'm going to give my cow some wheat because it hasn't been fed in a while. And if there's any, oh look, I even have my chest. I'm going to open up my daily bonus. Did you finish your daily bonus already for the month as well? And get your Cowboy Victor?
I think I'm like in the middle of my month.
Really? You don't do every day and click it and win your little...
I do it every day, but I don't think my every day goes with the month.
Well, every month it restarts, isn't it? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I just assumed it was, because I always get my victor at the end of the month. Like, I have like 1 day to do it, and I was on the last prize, and I just did it there. I'm gonna do my prize.
Maybe I don't pay attention. I click it every day, so I haven't noticed.
Okay, yeah, no, I've noticed that it's, for me anyways. That's funny, because I assumed it was everybody. Let's ask Anne and Treasure if they're what do you call it? The chest, if it actually resets monthly. I'm gonna spin the prize wheel and see what we win today. We got some blackberry jam, and I'll do it one more time because I have apparently 2 friends. Oh, I got some money. I got $77,500. So
I'm glad you're telling me, because with the delay, I had no idea. It was like finding out what you were going to get in the future.
And that's why I'll do that. I'll be like, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I did. That's why my cow, like, he's been eating a lot of wheat. Is there like a danger, since you're the animal nutrition expert, is there a danger of the cow exploding?
I don't think our cows are allowed to explode. I think that would be an issue. We'd have to talk to the Farmville Zynga experts about that. All
right, I just scrolled over to my other cow, because I do have 2 cows, and I've noticed a buff on my cow, or a speed seed, or whatever you want to call it, when somebody visits my farm and puts fertilizes my cow. Now, is this you that's fertilizing my cow?
I do it sometimes, but I think other people mess with your cow as well.
Yeah, and I hate the stupid cow because, yeah, you get 2 milk. Actually, I wonder if you can get I did get 2 bonus. That is epic. You'll see it in a second. But I have I did the mastery building, which gives me the extra milk. And I just clicked on the cow, and I got 2 milk, and then I got 2 bonus milk. You'll see it in a second.
Oh, it just popped up.
So, like, I've got 4 milk from 1 cow. That's got to be a record, right?
That has to be. That's pretty cool.
I wonder
Hey, real quick, Treasure says she loves you too.
Awesome.
And Anne said hers reset a few days ago. And Treasure said hers resets in the middle of the month as well. So I guess we all are different.
That is so weird. And here I was thinking new month, new Cowboy Victor. So that is really, 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 really interesting to know. Like, that's why we do this, right? Because to learn cool little quirky things about when it resets, when it doesn't. I mean, it's just freaky to me. That's different for everybody. I assumed that was the same for everybody.
I think that's pretty cool.
Exactly. And another thing I was going to complain about the cow being speed buffed or whatever you want to call it. I should give it some wheat. What is it called, actually? Because I keep calling it the wrong stuff. Is it like speed seed? No,
the speed seed is the little bags.
I know.
You have 326 speed seed.
I'm a hoarder.
Holy cow.
I'm a hoarder, and I when I use it during leaderboard events, because leaderboard events require you to build stuff so fast and get so many points, right? So I was saving it for the last leaderboard. It turns out I used like 3 because of all of the amazing help in the co-op. So now I'm sitting on 326. So I'll go to the mailbox here, and I probably have people asking for speed seed, or let's go to the little mailbox. Probably you. Oh no, I have to connect to Facebook. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, like I save them because I never know when I'm going to use them. So I'm a hoarder of stuff. I have like every key I collect, every timber I collect. I like such a stinge. How about you?
Nope. Especially since there's so many people with the co-op, like where we're sending speed seed to each other. I make sure that I use mine because that's the only way that it'll pop up for me to send it to them. Otherwise, my requests sit there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen some people's faces there for like, and I've like, it's just strange to me. I think everybody plays the game a little differently, and some people regularly do that, and I try to once in a while. If someone's having a bad day, like if someone's having a bad day on the farm or in general, I'll just go to their farm and I'll just like buff a whole bunch of stuff just so that hopefully they can have a better day without knowing who did it.
Hold on. Treasure says she believes it resets every 30 days for the person. So each person it's different. And then also Anne said she had to go.
So Anne's leaving us. That's okay. Cool. Anne did a lot of help with us. While she's leaving, I'm just going to check on one thing really quick. She was going to tell me how our volume was good, and she says our volume is sounding great. So that is good. She's chatting to me right now on Facebook, but we won't deal with that. That's cool.
I think she said it was pretty late for her to come on here, so she's probably
she's
getting the hay.
She's like 2 hours behind us, or no, ahead of us. So she's like 11 or something. I don't even know. 10:19, I think.
For a moment, though, it said we had 5 people watching, and then it went back down to 4. So I think that's when Anne may have left. So there might be new people with us.
Nice. If there's anybody new joining us, chat with us. Give us a say hello. We'll stop our presentation and we'll say hi to you. And if you have any questions, you can certainly talk to us and ask us. I have I just clicked on my county fair wagon, Jennilee, and why I clicked on it, I have no idea, because now my screen is kind of showing stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that weekly event. Do you do that weekly event? The
county fair?
Yeah.
I just try to stay above the demotion. I don't normally focus on the county fair.
Getting all the points, right? So the reason I was wanting to bring this up was we have a member in our co-op who you're familiar with. Her name's Ursula. And she, the other day, posted, and I'm going to bring this picture up on our feed here. She posted a picture, and I'm going to let you take a look at it in a second, too. It'll pop up for you. She was playing the county fair, and she was doing very well. And all of a sudden, a user popped on with 576,400 points. Have you ever had that happen?
I have not seen that yet. I know it happens because I see it on the Facebook pages, but I have not seen that.
And I was kind of glad. I mean, it's not. I'm not glad that it happened to Ursula because it sucks for anybody. They can't get first when this happens. But what this is from, I'm pretty sure, is people that are running hacks on their Farmville game from whatever hack program they're using. And what I thought it would be important to do, or useful to do, is explain to people how they can report this kind of cheating. So I'm going to go over that, unless you have something else you'd like to talk about right now.
No, I think that's a great idea.
Awesome. So the first thing I'm going to do is you can see how the first place person has 4 million points. So I'm going to turn that off. So I'm going to screen that off. And then I'm going to go over to our internet window here. And my farm game will kind of pause when we're at the internet window. And I'm going to load up my next page, which is Farmville support. And all you do is you Google Farmville support, and the very, very first icon you'll get is the Farmville Zynga support page. So you're going to click that, and that is wrong. I'm in the Farmville1 support page, so that is not what I wanted to do. I'm going to go down to, a few links down. It just says zynga.com/support. So we're going to click that, and then this box pops up, and then right kind of on the left here is the Farmville icon. We're going to click it. And then to report a cheater and to contact tech support, you're going to go down to my game is not loading, what should I do? Now, this isn't really talking about cheaters, but it is a very fast way of bringing up the technical support or the way that you can report people or ask for help. So you click that, and then on the very bottom of this screen, it's going to say, click here to get in touch with us, and you're going to fill this form out. So this asks you what platform you're playing on, whether it's Windows or Android or iOS, what kind of issue you're having, and you can say report abuse. So here's the one that Ursula needs to check, and then what issue are you having, and you can scroll through and report cheaters and abusive players, and then it's going to ask you the rest of the questions, and then you're going to put in your player ID number. And the player ID number, I'll show you where to find it in a second. I'm going to screen out mine or blank out mine so you won't know mine, because it's a huge secret apparently, and if people find your player ID number, they can do stuff apparently. I don't know. Have you ever seen anybody with a problem with displaying their player ID number, Jennilee?
Until you mentioned it a few days ago, I didn't even know that we had player ID numbers.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to link back to the farm, and I'm going to show everybody how to find their player ID number. And I'm going to, for this, bring up a little block so that I can hide my number. So there's a little blue...
I was going to tell you, too, Treasure says that she has never seen that before either.
She's never seen what before?
The cheating like that.
She's never seen, and I've never seen it on my barn either, or my farm, but I've seen people complain on forums and post pictures. So when it finally happened to our co-op member, although I was mortified for Ursula, I was like, hallelujah, because now we can actually show Ursula how to report it, and we can actually see if anything does happen or not, right? Because, right. I've heard that Zynga will... kick them out and not give them the rewards or whatever. But anyways, I should have a blue box on my screen. I'm just going to show people really quick. What you're going to do is open up your settings icon, which is the one below the chat bubble. You're going to click the help, and you should actually be on the screen right now. So there is a blue box on your screen that you guys are seeing, and underneath that box is your player ID number. And I have blotted mine out so that apparently it's big secret stuff. I don't know why, but you just copy that number down, and it's also good to have that number written somewhere in case your game crashes and you need to contact Zynga for restoring your game, because without that number, they have no idea who you are, what's going on with your farm. So,
we got someone else that's joined us, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Thank you for joining us. I'm writing.
Did Carol ask a question?
No, she just says, hey, hello all. I just got notice.
Nice. So that's cool. We can talk. Well, actually, on the next episode we do, or maybe later on tonight, I don't know, we'll talk about how people can get a notification when we are live streaming, and their phone will actually beep for them and say, hey, there's a live stream happening. Pull over on the side of the road and turn the lights off and listen to us for the next hour. I guess. Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this blue box on my screen. Oops, I just put the title screen up. That was bad. It's going to take a while to get used to all of these buttons I need to click. There we are. That one there. All right, so the blue bar is gone. Okay, so back to the support page. See, we are going to get sidetracked, and that's okay. Jen, you need to remind me what the heck we're talking about, because my mind tends to move on all sorts of topics, and We're back to the player ID number. So you're going to enter your ID number in this screen here, when it occurred, and then you're going to submit it. Now, when you submit a ticket to Zynga, first thing that's going to happen in about an hour is you're going to receive an email back, and it's going to be an automatic reply that says help is on the way. Have you ever got that email, Jennilee?
Yes, I have.
Awesome. And if you don't get that email, it means you haven't sent a ticket properly. So look for that email first, and if you haven't got an email, it possibly could be in your junk mail folder, or it could be they may not have got it, or it just didn't work. So do it again until you see that come up on your screen. I have to give my cow some more wheat just because it's really asking for it. I didn't get the bonus that time though, so that's okay. Anyway, so yes, I lost my track. I shouldn't feed my cows. Tell me not to feed my cows, because I feed my cows and I completely forgot what I was talking about.
No, I will tell you to feed your cows because it'll drive me crazy if you don't feed them.
And now I just clicked on my sheep and I got wool happening here. Oh, this is not good. I gotta water my strawberries too. Okay, so did we cover everything about how to get tech support?
Getting a response back. If you don't get a response back, you probably didn't do it right. I think so.
Okay, good. So yeah, and then so what's going to happen next? There we are. Thank you for putting me back on track. What's going to happen next once you send once you get the initial email, about 24 hours later, and I've even found that they do this on the weekends, you'll get an email back with, usually it's a very generic reply with force close your stuff, and it doesn't really have much to do with your problem, and they're just giving you some advice to make your farm work better. Other times I've had them address the situation right away, but for the most part I usually get a very generic answer. Do you get the same, Jennilee?
Yes.
Yes, and then it's the third email that really counts, because then you reply with what they've said, you thank them for your email, and then you say, please read my email because this is totally not helping me for what you're asking for. I know that Cami today on our co-op, she sent multiple tickets to Zynga, and she, like, my event's not loading, and they're saying, force closed, your event's there, we've checked it, and it's not, right? It's not, she's not doing anything wrong. She doesn't have on her screen these the event areas, the Easter Bunny area and the other area. It's still blank. So you need to reply back to them and just be persistent. I found if you be persistent, you typically get through. What about you?
I've only had to put one in before, and I got a response right away, and the problem was fixed in a couple days. It was a great experience.
Yeah, and I really like that about Zynga. I mean, Zynga is a huge company. Farmville is a huge thing. Like 8 million people every day play it, or something like that. It's just a huge, crazy thing. So yes, I find their customer service extremely good. There's a lot of people who will argue with us that their service is horrible and they are rude and all sorts of stuff. I've had people tell me that on chat, and I'm like, I don't know where that experience is coming from, but that's not been my experience.
I've seen that a lot too, and that's why when I see those and people ask, hey, have you ever had a good experience? I'm quick to comment on that one to say, yes, I have. They're not all bad. I haven't seen the bad.
Yeah, they're not all bad. Definitely. They do definitely help. There are some people who just get fed up and quit playing, or there's some people who just like to complain, I've found, but for the most part, they're pretty decent. Okay, hey, I can see on my screen right now, my rainbow money is sitting there. Do you have a rainbow on your farm, Jennilee?
I wish I could see the rainbow on your screen.
It'll pop up right away. We'll talk about it for a second. On my screen is a rainbow, and there's money at the bottom of the rainbow. And every day I get to click on this money. And not everybody has this, and I don't really even remember where I got it from. I think it was a special pin at one time. Have you are you seeing my screen now?
No, I'm still seeing the blue square.
What? That's all you see is a blue square?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Not good. Interesting. Is Treasure still around? Can she see the rainbow? Because you shouldn't see the square anymore. You should be refreshed. Maybe try refreshing your F5 on your keyboard?
I'm glad you told me because I wouldn't have known. Also, Carol says that she's also had good experience.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been like most people have. I think most people who take the time to actually contact them properly, they will actually see that. So before we continue,
I see it. I refreshed. I see your rainbow.
There you go. Good. So the live stream is sending out, and if anybody was seeing was it the F5 key that worked for you? You don't have an F5 key. You're on a Mac.
Yeah, I had to click the little refresh button. Treasure says she doesn't have a rainbow either.
Does she see the blue bar still? Tell her to go back in and exit out and go back in, and she'll probably see it. Anybody
No,
else?
she's saying that she doesn't have a rainbow.
Oh, I see. She doesn't have it, like as in she doesn't own one. And did you say that you did? Because I just totally didn't listen to what you said.
No, I do not have a rainbow.
All right, so I think it was a pin. I think it was an event or something, and I got a pin and I got a rainbow. And I want to show everybody a little trick on the rainbow that not many people know about. And I was fortunate enough to be told this by the admin of the large FarmVille2 Country Escape Facebook page. On that it's here. Now, I'm going to click the little thing of money, and in the middle of the money, there's an experience point star, which if you click on, you get 100 experience points. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to look for the star, and it's really small, so you have to really zoom in or really go close. So click, and then if I click somewhere in the middle here, and I did not get it. It's really small, and I don't see it half the time, but I did it last time, and it worked. So anyways, if you have the rainbow, you click the money, click the middle, and you'll get some experience points.
Carol and Treasure both said they're able to see your rainbow, so your feed's going good.
Yay! Awesome. You freaked me out. Everybody freaked me out right now.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's not your fault. Okay, so in our farm mailbox, so because we're both admins on the mailbox, right? And we've been getting a crazy amount of people trying to join our co-op, right?
Yes.
And right now we have 7 people that want to join. And the way to join our co-op, and you can see the name of our co-op on your screen, it's I Farm, You Farm. We don't actually let people in from there. We let them in from our Facebook page. So I don't know if we're accepting new people right now, but if you want to join us, first send us a message through Facebook, search for I Farm, You Farm, and we'll pop up. And I think did I actually put a header for our Facebook page? I'll just go there. I'll just go to our Facebook page and I'll bring up what it looks like so you'll know you're at the right place. So I think it's right here. Yes, it's kind of cut off on the top, but if you go to Facebook and search I Farm, You Farm, you will find our co-op. But anyways, that's not what I want to talk about, and I almost got sidetracked. The other day, we had an interesting applicant in our mailbox, and I am going to bring it up on the screen, and I'm going to let you read it when it pops up for you, and we can talk about it. And I thought, this popped up, and I'm like, wow, we got to let this person in. And then I thought, no, maybe we shouldn't let that person in. Let me know when it's come up for you.
Ugly guy hater.
So, like, what is this person? like Ugly Guy Hater is asked to join our co-op. Now, I'm the only guy, with the exception of Treasure's son, who is in our co-op. And I'm like, well, do we put this person in? And, like, is he going to, like, hate me because I'm ugly or what?
That is crazy.
Isn't that funny? And maybe they use the name so that they could get in, because it's interesting, right? And they're level 31, which means they'd probably be pretty helpful.
But ugly guy haters, so do they hate ugly guys, or are they an ugly person that hates guys?
Right, or is it an ugly guy that's a hater?
I don't know.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
So I was going to leave it up, and I left it. It was still in the mailbox, but somebody's gone through and cleared the mailbox because we can only have 14 people in our mailbox. And so every day we go through and we clean out the mail. And I noticed this one, and I said, this is hilarious. So if you are Ugly Guy Hater and you are watching the stream for some fluky reason, if you can go to our Facebook page and ask to join us, we'd love to, find out who you are and find out all about you. Wouldn't that be cool to
figure out what your name means? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, tell us all about it. And you can say, like, well, I was on a co-op full of not ugly people, and then a bunch of ugly guys came around. Like, I have no idea, right? I have no clue what the heck is going on with that. But I thought that was a really, really funny mail.
That is awesome. I like it.
It's good. Okay, so I'm going to do... you're like an expert on farm nutrition, right? Farm animal nutrition?
I am.
So
it's my current job.
So what I'm going to do is I have one of our co-op people. Her name is Liz, and we all love Liz because she's hilarious. Liz has a farm, and on that farm, she has some animals. And so I'm going to bring up an animal on the screen really quick. And first of all, I want you to tell me if you know what kind of animal it is. So once you... Has it popped up for you?
Yes, it has.
Do you know what that is?
I know exactly what that is.
What is it?
That is, well, it depends on which name you're looking for. It's a donkey, but it's also known as a Jenny.
Okay, but I think it's a boy donkey.
Why do you think it's a boy donkey?
Well, because she calls him Rocket, and she says his. So when I'm reading on the page, it says Rocket and his furry friends.
I didn't know this was specifically a picture of Rocket. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that this is now? Now, I have a couple questions about this picture that you may be able to help us with because you're the Farmville animal nutrition expert. Now, there's a pail in front of Rocket, and it awfully looks small, doesn't it?
That does look a little small.
So it's got some donkey food in there, or you know another name for a donkey, a male donkey specifically. That's kind of a little bit of an R-rated, not an R-rated word, but it's like a jackass, right?
Yes.
Anyways, this is Liz's jackass donkey Rocket, and anyways, I just wanted to say that because I wanted to. Never mind. Anyways, this little tiny bucket. So, what do you think? From your history on Farmville as a nutritionist from our farm, what do you think this donkey has in the pail?
Well, it's probably going to be either some carrots or some water.
Wow, did you read up on her page? Because it's totally carrots. She said that this is Rocket's special treat. I think it was Valentine's Day or something, and he was getting carrots along with his regular food. But you think it's cruel that it's in such a small bucket? Because doesn't Rocket have a huge head?
Yeah, but his mouth is going to be smaller and his tongue.
I
He'll
suppose.
probably just scoop him up.
That's good. But do you know what another advantage of having a huge head is for Rocket? It's like a superpower, kind of. Rocket can actually hide behind his head. Did you see this picture I brought up?
I love it.
So
I
now
love it.
I have two questions about this picture because either A, Rocket is hiding behind his head, or B, Rocket has eaten his body and all that's left is his foot.
Or it's a really good crop job, whatever Liz did to this picture here.
This is legitimately off of Rocket's website, and this is a picture of Rocket hiding behind his enormous head.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Well, he did a good job. I don't know how he managed the buttons on the phone with his...
Well, no, obviously Liz took the picture.
Well, you're confusing me. You
see Rocket, right? You see Rocket on the screen?
I see him.
And he's got he's hiding behind his head?
Yes.
All right. So is he eating himself and he's just his foot left, or is he just as his enormous head and he's just using his superpowers to hide behind it very well?
I think it's superpowers.
All right. Crazy picture. Now we have one more Rocket picture to bring up, and I have a very specific question to ask about the picture that comes up. And this is where I'll just ask the question. How many asses do you see in this next picture?
One.
One. All right. And is it the one on the left or the one on the right?
The one on the right.
The one on the right. Awesome. Epic. If you guys like Rocket, if you want to find out the adventures of Rocket and you want to meet Liz and stuff and all of Rocket's hairy friends, if you search Facebook for Life of Rocket and his hairy friends, you're going to get this little icon pop up. And you can ask to join and learn all about the farm animals and the cool, interesting life of Rocket. There's videos with Rocket going into Liz's house. There's videos with Rocket caged up because he's not eating right. There's all sorts of information. I'm not a farmer. Liz is the farmer. She posts all sorts of crazy stuff on her sites, and I just wanted to talk about her for a little bit. That was cool, wasn't it?
I love it.
It was so funny.
Rocket is going to be internet famous.
He is going to be internet famous, and we're helping Rocket become internet. Now, Liz hasn't joined us yet, has she?
I don't think so. We have 8 watchers now.
8 watchers. Awesome. So, watchers,
yes.
Chat with us, right?
Yes, let me write that.
If you guys are watching this live stream, Jennilee and I are having a hilarious time talking about Farmville. We're having a fun time talking about our co-op members. We're providing information, tips, and tricks about different things that have been happening. And we'd love to have you guys' questions. And I think 8's a record for our live stream. So that is great. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
It just went up to 9.
Yay! So who's here? So if you're here, please say hello. If you're from our co-op, say hi. We really want to talk to you. We really want to get to know you and have you guys ask questions about all kinds of Farmville stuff. I'm going to do some farming while we're waiting for that. Jen, did you want to say anything to the amazing Farmville community?
Let me think. Did you want to address? We kind of addressed the spring event already. Let me see. How do you feel about Pike leaving the farm?
Yeah. Now, I didn't really use pike a lot, did you?
No. Mm-mm.
So for me, it was like, didn't care. But that brings up the next topic of the boat races.
Liz said she's here. I wonder if she got to hear everything about Rocket.
Liz, I wonder if you heard about Rocket. If you didn't hear about Rocket, it's going to be a good playback for you. But anyways, boat races. So do you have the coming soon on your boat race screen?
I do.
So have you talked to anybody about boat races? Like, I don't think anybody in our co-op has boat races, right?
Not that I've heard. I know I've seen a few things on Facebook, and people are talking about how it's a co-op thing.
Huh.
So I'm really curious. I'm anxious to see what it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm really curious as well. And I don't know if it's like if it's going to be like the show animals, like the show pigs or whatever, to compete with people and get things to happen that way. But it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens. And for some reason, you know what's really weird is that on Zynga's website, they actually talk like boat races are a thing. And I sent a ticket in 2 days ago asking if my farm was broken, because on their website it shows a picture of some prize boxes and it says prize distribution or prizes for the boat races. And I was like, but I don't have boat races, so why are you advertising this on your site? I thought that was kind of
Celia is with us as well.
Cecilia, hello!
And Liz said she missed the part about Rocket. I told her if she went back just a few minutes, she'd catch it.
Yes, she would. That's what happens when you're late, right, Jennilee?
Right.
Excellent. Well, we have talked about a lot of stuff. I know my voice is, good for like another 3 or 4 hours at least. But let me just see what we can do for everybody here. So, how many people are on our stream? Still 8?
Right now we're at 9.
9. That's
Celia
a record.
said hi, Scott.
Yay! Hi, Cecilia. Cecilia? Is that right? Cecilia? Did I say it right?
She goes by Celia, and then her name is Cecilia. So I think you're good either way.
Excellent. Where are these people from? Let's find out how long they've been playing, where they are from, if they have any...
Jonah is with us as well, and she says hi.
Jonah, hello!
Where are you guys from?
And are you subscribers to the channel, or did you find us from some weird random internet link? Because I think right now we have a couple hundred subscribers, and we're getting people from there. But I'd really be curious to know if you are joining us and you are not a subscriber, at least first of all, subscribe, because that'd be epic. And also where you're from.
Oh, Jonah says she's AKA Angela.
AKA Angela, and I think I know an Angela from chat.
And Celia said she's in Texas. I just left Texas in January. I was there for 4 years. That's awesome.
So was Texas like a desert as well?
Where I was living, it was more of a desert. We moved there and they were in stage 4 drought. So it was more like a desert.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I have super news though, because Cecilia just subscribed to us on YouTube.
She says, yep, she just said subscribed. You beat me to it.
I got my phone and it flashed, and I'm like, yay! So that's officially our first subscriber doing a live stream and getting a subscriber. So that is fantastic.
Celia said it's hot, and I agree completely.
Well, where I am, it snowed this morning. We had to shovel about 1.5 inches of snow from our driveway at work. So, but then it got warm and it melted and it was nice. So, but that's where I'm dealing with is the snow.
That's crazy. I think it was in the 70s here today.
Nice. And for the people in Canada, the 70s means, are you a Celsius person as well?
No.
You know what's weird is that you guys use Fahrenheit and we use Celsius, but we use kilometers. Well, I guess that's not weird. Yeah, we use kilometers, which is metric, and you use inches and feet, which is imperial, right?
Sure.
But I think we use inches and feet too, like quite a bit. But
Anything
Celsius.
Dealing with math, I don't do, so I'll agree with whatever you say.
But do you know what's nice about Celsius is that when it's 0, it means it's freezing in Celsius. And when it's like -1, it's still freezing, and when it's +1, it's then nice again or warmer.
My mom's tried explaining it to me several times. Being German, that's what she's used to, but I still don't understand any of it.
Yeah, well, I think for me, it's just because I'm from Canada and we're in Celsius. I could Google it, but then that would look stupid, I think. Well, let's do it anyways. I'm going to Google it. So Google 70 Fahrenheit. Hey, look, it even pops up right there. 70 Fahrenheit to Celsius is 21 degrees Celsius. 21 degrees Celsius is like a summer day for me. That is like a summer day, like a nice warm, not hot summer day, but a nice warm summer day.
Yeah, it's pretty warm here. I like it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's talk about, I have another Google page open, the forums. Have you ever been to the FarmVille2 Country Escape forums that Zynga has?
Let me see it.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. I should have clicked it like hours ago. So you find it by Googling Farmville Country Escape Forums. And then you'll find the Zynga Poker Forum, which pops right up. But then below that is the Facebook page. And then below that is a players forum. Lots of handy Farmville2. No, that's not it either. Here we go. About 5 links down. Farmville2 Country Escape Zynga Farm Game Forums. And in here is not where I wanted to go. So that did not work out. Let's go to the... It says Zynga Play. It says Zynga Poker, but it isn't. I'm gonna go back. First link on the screen, the one I should have clicked on, Farmville2 Country Escape Forums. So you click on it and you get a page that says Farmville2 Country Escape. It has general Farmville2 Country Escape announcements, updates, ask a question, and this is a Zynga page, which means this is an official website of Zynga, and you can ask questions and get no answers because Zynga never answers anyone through this forum. But you can ask. So if I go to ask a question, let's click it. Let's see. So we have some known issues: unable to use Twitter, game frozen, chart with what cats and dogs do, my full set of show pigs and sheeps, here's how power pins work, account rollback, level restart. There's so much stuff in this forum to read through. And if I open one up, we can see all of the pins. And if we click on them, they show us the pins. Like, there's a lot of information here. And I think maybe in the next little while I'll go through, but I don't think they respond. I think like we have people asking stuff. Wow, this is from 2015. This is like really old. But anyways, they say there's some stuff from March 29th, known issues, game frozen, recent discussions. So this is a good place to find info on some stuff.
Angela said that she is from Nova Scotia.
Angela, that's awesome. Another Canadian. So well, Anne's from Canada too. So that's like 3 Canadians. That's good.
And both Celia and Treasure from Texas.
Nice. Texas seems to be a really popular places for people that play Farmville. Or it's really huge. Is it like a...
I think it's like the largest state.
The largest state in the U.S.?
Mm-hmm.
Like population or like landmass area?
Both, probably.
So it's like the level like 200 expansion on Farmville. The reach like level...
Like the 299, isn't that the highest it goes?
I don't know. I'm clicking around the screen here, and it's like you got to get to level 81. So Texas is probably like this bottom corner here, like level 122 to... Or wait, what's this one? 129. Oh, it's even more. I think 129 is the unlock. But wow, that's... I heard it's a huge state. Never been there.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, I think it probably takes a long... Is it flat or is it like nice in Texas? Is it like the Farmville scape? Or is it mountainous?
I think there's really different areas, because where I was living at, it was very flat. I was closer to Oklahoma. And then I think where the girls are living, they're more towards some mountains, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just different areas of the state.
I see.
Carol says she's from Arizona.
Nice. Another hot area. There's a lot of Canadians that go down to Arizona to play Farmville. I mean, they go down to Arizona to spend the winter. These are really old. Some of these are like from 2016. So I guess this may not be the most updated site, and I guess it's not because maybe they don't answer all their questions, but it is an information site anyways, so that's kind of neat.
Liz said she went back and listened to it, and oh my goodness, that was funny.
Thank you, Liz. We try.
And Celia said everything's bigger in Texas.
I see. Nice. That is funny. It's completely different country, different landscape, I'm sure. But you've been to Montana, I think, right?
I love Montana.
Because I think doesn't your sister live there or something?
We all lived there for a while. She lives in Washington now, but she still goes to Montana to visit.
So we've been down to Montana a few times in Whitefish, and it's been like a lovely time. It's been really nice.
Because that's the prettiest part of the state, if you ask me.
haven't
Up
really,
in that area, it's so beautiful.
I haven't really been anywhere else with my wife and kids. We've just kind of, Whitefish is kind of where we've gone. We've gone there so many times, so many fun memories.
The further down you go into Montana and to the right, because I don't do north and south, but
So
to the right.
Is right toward the Pacific Ocean, or is right toward
The other way.
New York? Toward New York?
Towards New York.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it gets really flat. Really, really flat.
So for the people that want to know, that would be called east.
Sure.
East from Montana is somewhere like really far away. Is the ocean, the other ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and it's probably around. I think it's 3 hours ahead right now. So if you're from there, well, we have someone from Nova Scotia, which is way over there too. So it's like quite late for them too. And I'm bad with remembering names, so you're gonna have to help me if there's some names. That because someone was from Nova Scotia, right, Angela?
Yes.
Yes. See, I got it right. Wow, I just guessed even.
And Carol said that she does get many, many visitors during the winter in her city.
No kidding.
And Treasure said, no, it's California that's the biggest state, but landmass-wide, Texas has everyone beat.
Wow. Crazy. So who's the most population? California? No, she didn't say that. Sorry, I must have heard something that was backwards.
She said, no, it's California that's the biggest state, but landmass-wide, Texas has everyone beat. And then Liz says, Alaska, don't forget it's bigger than Texas.
That is true.
And she said she lived there for 8 years.
Liz did?
Mm-hmm.
So how was the farming in Alaska? Because that would have been interesting. I mean, I get a kick out of Liz's posts on Facebook with all her farm stuff. And Liz is also, she's got to be the most interesting. Like, she's the Dr. Pol. Do you watch Dr. Pol?
No, I've seen commercials, but I've never watched it.
I was like, okay, maybe it's Canadian. It's probably not Canadian.
No.
But if she had her own TV show, I'm pretty sure it would be pretty hilarious, because she sent me videos of chickens running through her house, chickens in her minivan overnight.
I do remember the chickens in the van overnight.
Isn't that funny? It's like, what do? You take your car to the detailers, and you're like, I had a situation in here, and it's like feathered and chickens everywhere.
And then don't provide an explanation.
Yeah, exactly. And then maybe
Sorry, Liz said she lived in Kodiak and there was no farming.
No farming in Kodiak.
She's only lived on the farm for the last 6 years.
And I know that Liz had a business, a coffee shop as well. In fact, that first photo of Liz's, of Rocket, I'll bring it up again. It actually has a picture of Liz's coffee shop sign behind it. Liz was talking about her coffee shop on the farm. Wow, that sounded really weird. The other day when we were chatting on the farm, and she had mentioned that she had a coffee shop, and I'm like, Liz, I know because I've seen signs, and I have Rocket, and we're going to be talking about Rocket, and I didn't want to give away anything, but I knew she had it, and I have it up on the screen now. There's a little mustache and coffee cup. It looks pretty cute, and she had that. So what are we
Liz says she's a city girl trying to be country. And then Treasure said she's a city girl and she can't do country.
And I can't do country either. There's way too much manual labor, but you'll notice that Liz is quite a thin person, and I'm sure anybody on a farm is, and maybe that's why we play Farmville, so that maybe it's like exercising our swiping fingers or something. I'm not 100% sure, but my butter's
Liz
been ready.
also says that bucket is an ice cream bucket.
An ice cream bucket. So does Liz make ice cream too? And why can't we make ice cream on the farm? Or we can. We can make ice cream certain times, right? Like on different events?
Yeah, but it's not a regular thing.
No. Bunny pretzels. So I'm looking at bunny pretzels right now, and being that you're the animal nutritionist on the farm, are bunny pretzels made with bunnies?
No, that would be unsanitary.
So we're talking like just chocolate bunnies or Easter bunnies.
Decorative, yes.
Decorative Easter bunnies. All right. What other interesting things? Let's check the... Nothing in the dairy for the event. How about the ovens? Nothing from the ovens. So what is everything in the stovetop? Nothing in the stovetop. So what the heck? What am I supposed to be building here? I am supposed to be building carrot cakes. Oh, this is one where you make regular stuff and then bunny up.
Yeah, it'll get more exciting the more phases you go through.
Gotcha. And it looks like you're going to get a bunch of bonus rewards if I can complete this in one day, 23 hours and 15 minutes, which would be some shovels. Now, let's talk about shovels. Are you overloaded with shovels?
I just upgraded my my barn today, so no, I'm not. I'm doing pretty good.
Upgrading the barn is epic. I love upgrading my barn.
I know. Such a good feeling.
It is, but don't do it too fast because apparently there's a limit, and then once you get to that limit, you have to throw away your nails and throw away your padlocks.
What's the limit?
The limit?
Do you know?
I don't know, but
Does anyone know what the limit is?
That'd be good to know. Well, it would be good to know because I don't want to get there. Or if I do get there, I want to be to have them fix it so that we can keep going because my silo is at 260.
I've refreshed a few times. Do you mean to still have a big picture of Rocket up, or?
I closed Rocket off. He still is up. Let me turn Rocket off.
Because I can't see you. I see you in the background playing with your farm, but I don't see you.
Yeah, Rocket was up. Thanks for letting me know. Rocket is gone now. So in a few
Not
seconds.
that I don't want to see Rocket.
I know,
I just wanted
Rocket
to see what you were doing on your farm.
Rocket is amazing, and I hope we can see some more pictures of Rocket later, like from Liz. She can maybe post some more funny stuff, and we can put Rocket back up on another video. But
maybe he can be a regular.
That'd be good. Actually, you know what we have? Liz has so much stuff on her Facebook page that's funny. Or maybe not funny, but stuff that we can make funny, which is pretty much what I like doing.
Liz says that Rocket is always in the way.
Like you look on her site, and Rocket's like in the middle of the road in the middle of the night, escaped from the pasture. Have you spent any time, Jennilee, on her page? I know you're.
I'm gonna need to now. Yeah.
Like I know it's like I'm not a farmer, and I mean I had when I was really little we had a cow or something, but I don't recall any of that stuff. And so when I see all these posts from Liz, it's just, and I love playing Farmville, and I see things that happen on the farm, and then like your chickens. That brings me to another question on chickens. I'm just harvesting my chickens, and then I'm harvesting my geese, and you seem to get the same eggs. So is the eggs from a chicken and a geese the same nutritional value?
I'm still a brand new nutritionist on the farm, so that's a great question. I'll have to look that up. Liz said that he will not stay in the pasture, and he's more like a dog. Liz says no, they're not the same.
Okay.
And Carol said she believes that the barn is 940.
940. Well, we have a long ways to go then. At least I do, because I think my barn, if I go over to my barn, I'll open it up. And I apologize for having Rocket on the screen for so long or thinking you were watching my play. I have a 410 limit on my barn.
You have a what?
410. If you said 940 or something is the limit, I'm like halfway there. A little under.
I just got to 470 today.
Will look light bulbs. Those are my favorite. Anyways, that's another episode right there, I think. But
Liz said different eggs have different protein value.
That I could believe. But on Farmville, they're an egg. Like you can pick them from the chickens, you can pick them from the geese, you can get them from the mill.
Well, maybe whatever you're making, like if you're making, what do you use the eggs? Like country biscuits?
Right.
No, that's not country biscuits. Maybe they just have a different taste.
That's true. Mm-hmm. It would be neat if like they were magical and they turned into golden eggs or things. I don't know.
Treasure is asking, is brown eggs better to eat than white eggs? I think I'll leave that question to Liz. Liz, do you have an answer for that question?
And I have no idea. I like eggs, though. I do eat the eggs. I enjoy the eggs once in a while. I don't have them a lot, but I do like eggs.
Liz said brown eggs are so much better.
I heard country eggs are better, but I just buy my eggs at like the grocery store.
I'm not a big egg fan. I use them for cooking, and then every once in a while I'll want like a sunny side. Or maybe a hard-boiled egg, but that's about it.
That's nice. So we've had a lot of people join us tonight. We've had a lot of new people that I think we've had some people that have joined us off of our other live stream that we were doing. We're going to be doing this on a fairly regular basis. I know that we said we would live stream for about an hour, Jennilee, and I think it's almost 9 o'clock, right? Your time?
It is. And you know what? That was actually really quick, and this was a lot of fun. It was really easy. There wasn't any dead space. I think we did pretty good.
I think we did great. And how many viewers are we at now? Did we lose a couple?
We have 9 at the moment. Celia said she loves eggs, by the way.
Nice, Celia. Thank you.
And Liz said my son works at Cackle Hatchery and is telling me all about eggs.
This whole cackle hatchery thing, Liz, like seriously, what can you say that to us that we cannot find absolutely hilarious? Like cackle hatchery, like every single thing that comes out of Liz's mouth is like epically hilarious. Because I was almost gonna post her cackle hatchery, really cackle hatchery. Don't you agree?
I think I've heard of a cackle hatchery before.
But the name, it's like, okay. And I know...
It's fun.
I know hatcheries are chickens, right? Or they lay eggs, and they cackle. So it makes sense. But it's just one of those things that wherever Liz is from, and she probably told me and I forgot, but it's like, let me go on down to Cackle Hatchery and pick up some eggs, and then I'm going to head on down to, like, it's just so crazy how farmish that Liz is, which is awesome because we all need to know about farms because that's where our food comes from.
She says that the Cackle Hatchery also ships chicks everywhere, so if you need one, I'm sure you could look up the website.
Nice. I wonder if they'd get through customs. If I could order a chick, and then we could do a whole show on the dead chick that arrives. Because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't make it. I think they x-ray it, and then it would be like fried chicken when it got here. So I'm okay for going for a little bit longer, Jen. I don't know if you had plans at 9, and if we want to end it, that's cool. But if you want to hang out for just a few more minutes, and we can continue on, or we can ask the people what they want us to do. I didn't know what your plans were specific for 9 o'clock.
Nope. I think I'm fine.
All right. Well, let's hang out for a while, and then whenever we'll check in again in 10 minutes or so, and we'll just kind of play it by ear. How about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So let's ask the people that are watching, because there still is a few of them. And you know what? I'm going to go to the screen that I've not gone to all night to see what it looks like, because I see live stream and I see 9 people watching. And I see all the chats. Thank you. That was cool.
It says 10 people watching.
Wow, maybe it's in Canada it takes longer for the... Or maybe it's counting you or something. But I see 9. But that's awesome. 10 people are watching our live stream.
Now it says 11.
Oh my gosh. We're gaining people. Okay, let's talk about something awesome. So let's ask the people that are watching what they want us to talk about. Do they want us to just find interesting, quirky things on Farmville? Do they want us to talk about... like stuff like Trump? I don't think we want to talk about that, but I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Or Jen, what do you want to talk about?
Well, real quick, Carol said she needs to go finish cooking her dinner.
Awesome.
And Celia said she also sees 11.
Nice. So I guess there's 11. So I wonder what's for dinner, Carol. Are you making...
Treasure also sees 11. Sorry.
That's that? No, that's okay. Interrupt me anytime. That's what I...
Yeah, what's for dinner?
Maybe we need a recipe on the show, like cooking stuff with stuff.
I'm not a big cook, so I could use some advice. I made grilled chicken for dinner, or grilled cheese sandwiches.
Nice. Excellent. I am farming in the meantime.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to see, too, I was on Facebook earlier. I think it was on the main Farmville page, and I saw they were talking about another event coming up. I don't know if it's the next one. Wish I could remember.
We still have like 17 days, and let's check the timer here. 17 days, 2 hours, 56 minutes before this one ends.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know why I saw... I'll just see if I can find it again.
All right, you can check that out while I'm going to continue farming. I bet you I have so much milk right now. I'm gonna put some butter on, because you can never have too much butter, it seems, or not enough butter. This is my farm experience. If I ever got dropped off on a farm, they'd be like, "Here's some pigs to take care of," and I'd be like, "All right, let's give them some carrots." I learned that. So from Farmville. Actually, I'm curious to know, Liz, is this well? You should really know this, Jen, but you're still probably in training from your job. But are the Farmville animals true to what they need to survive? I guess would be the question.
Like compared to real life animals?
Yeah, well, you're feeding like chickens corn, right? And they probably eat corn, right? Chickens eat corn. It looks, you would think they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fruit presses, they make like... I guess they make all this stuff that we can make, like tomato juice and pear jam and stuff. So that's pretty realistic, right? What about glassworks? You know, you got the fish bowls and the wind chimes. So I guess that's kind of true. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
How's the chatter
I could
looking?
see wind chimes. I'm not sure about fish bowls on a farm.
On a Glassworks farm, like, should you either phone like a Glassworks place and then be like, Bob's Glassworks, and you'd be like, hey, I'm just wondering if you guys make fish bowls. That'd actually be a fun video, I think.
Liz says she eats a lot of chicken because her son's allergic to mammal meat.
I heard that.
And Carol said she is making chicken teriyaki.
Nice, lots of chicken tonight.
And Treasure and I both now see 13 people watching.
Wow, 13 people on our live stream. That is a record. I know that on Facebook we had more, but on YouTube, that is a record for us. And we hope that we can provide some entertaining stuff for our viewers. I think we're doing a pretty good job. What do you think, Jennilee?
I think so. This is fun.
It is fun. And I can't wait till next time when we can, we'll go through and bring up other stuff about other people, and we'll talk about stuff. You know what I need? I need some country biscuits. I'm gonna go
Liz said her son joined.
Her son joined what?
Oh, Treasure wants us to talk about our experience with previous co-ops and how we decided to make a new co-op.
Okay, that might be a long discussion though. So Jen, I think what we'll do is we'll write that one down for our planning, and we'll do that on another episode. But I want to totally do that because that is an interesting story, and I think we have an interesting story to share with how to set up a co-op so that it's relatively drama-free.
And it made our family. I think our co-op is really like a little farm family. I love our family.
It is funny because you have so many dynamic people, and it's amazing how they just post stuff on chat, like on the group chat. They'll post things like when something is troubling them, when they do good in school. They just share stuff, and I think that's the appeal for a lot of people who are playing Farmville who want that social end of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've done a really, really good job of putting together a team. And the only thing we've done, I think what we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about it, but we'll leave the whole how we started our co-op and how we created it and where we came from till another episode. But we can talk about the importance of a active co-op and how we've got ours. And ours, we've got a lot from our YouTube videos, right?
Right.
We've seen people come onto the YouTube video and they're like, wow, that seems like a fun co-op to be with. And then they send us a message on Facebook. We let them into our Facebook page. They sign up they agree to our rules, and then we let them on the farm. So for everybody who's just joined us, who maybe wants to join us in the future, and I don't know if we're accepting people right now because we're at about 46, I think. And we have some people who are on vacation mode, so we can't totally get full. But for the people that are out there who may want to join our co-op in the future, if they have a drama situation, I'm going to go to our co-op, and it is called I Farm, You Farm. And if you search for us on Facebook, you can send us a request to join. And if we are accepting people, we'll reply to you either way. But if we're accepting people, we'll let you in, and you can look over our rules and certainly ask us some questions and have fun with us as well.
Real quick too, Treasure said that she had hamburger steak with rice for dinner.
Treasure makes such good stuff. The other day, Treasure said she was making tacos or something, and I was like, I got just hungry listening to these people, what they're cooking for real life, and I'm like, I love tacos. I could eat, I love food in general. Seafood, which means if I see it, I eat it, but I love seafood too. I like pretty much all food.
Oh, and then Liz said Avery says hi.
Avery, hello Avery. She's somebody new. Thank you for joining us, Avery. Avery, tell us all about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been playing Farmville. Also, if there's anybody else on the live stream who has joined us, certainly post in, ask us some questions, say where you're from, say who you are. We'd love to have you, right?
Right. And I got a lot more for you, actually.
Yes.
Celia is asking who is addicted to this game. And Treasure said she cannot wait to play when she gets off work. I'm the same way. I'm on whenever I can get on, especially after the kids go to bed at night. I love being on.
So what do you find is for you the appeal of it? Like, why do you play it?
It's fun, and like right now, they're talking about drama-free. Liz says Farmville co-ops have drama? No way. Oh, and Carol said, thank you, Scott and Jen. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye, Carol. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Hoping we can do this next Thursday or maybe sooner, but we'll see when the next one is. We're going to try to give people a little more time, right, Jennilee?
Right.
We're going to see if we can plan this maybe a couple days in advance, and just to kind of because both of our lives are really busy, and as far as I know, we want to be doing it regular, but we also want to have lives, so we can't just be like playing Farmville all day, although you can apparently.
Not with my new job. I'm so busy on the farm.
That is true. And you're learning a lot about the goat. Let me give him some carrots. And are you stuffing your show pigs and your sheep? Like, are you doing the whole show pig stuff with other members of the co-op?
I love Dora. When I think of Dora, I think of the pigs and the sheep and her love of those animals. I do it every once in a while, but I can't do it all the time. There's so much work, and then when you don't feed them, you feel so guilty.
I know, because the other person's not doing it right. I think I got a pig up to like 3 pounds once, and I was like, wow, it's huge. And then I'm like, no, it's not. It's like dead. It's like it needs to eat more. I did a pig with someone, and I was like, I actually, what was really funny? Speaking of old co-ops, is when our little, I'll let this in now, and I might not talk about it later, but when our co-op left, when we exploded, I was doing a pig with the old co-op leader, and I let the pig starve. Am I bad?
I forgot about that.
I just this is funny. We're doing a pig together, and here, I'll give you a grain. You can continue on with my grain.
That is so funny.
It is good.
Celia said she loves the interaction with others. It makes it fun. I agree 100%. The hanging out with everybody, that's what got me addicted. In the last co-op, I met Karen, I met Rachel, I met Scott, both Anns, and I looked forward to getting on and talking with everybody, and it just made my day. And that's why when we exploded, I felt like part of me had died. I missed everyone so much.
And that is going to be an awesome story when we tell the story of how we found each other and how the co-op was formed and how the Facebook page was made and all that stuff. And I think for me, I play because of the it's fun to play, and it's addicting to play when there's prizes and when you win things. And so I find myself addicting that way, playing that way, and then you get entertained by all these people who post stuff like Liz and Dora. And for those of you in our co-op who don't know who Dora is, she goes by K. Is it K57 or something? K52?
It still shows up as Dora for me, so I get really confused.
Exactly, because for me, I think it shows up as K. So K is Dora, Dora is K. Dora, if you're listening, we appreciate you a lot. Dora plays a lot. I think she plays the other Farmville game too. But whenever you need help with like, hey, I'm short this or I'm short that, you can just post on the big chat group, which we're all involved with, that can somebody help? And Dora always chimes in. There's a few players like that. They're really appreciated. There's Tracy who does that. Pamela does that. You do that. There's so many of us that are now that are on a lot, right?
Mm-hmm. Celia said it's K53, and also Liz said that she just bought a real goat.
No way. So that is hilarious.
And Liz said she gets confused too because it still says Dora for her too.
Yeah, and I know we talk about when people are on the farm, they're like, hi Kay, bye Kay, and then everybody's like, hi Dora, bye Dora, and then people are confused. But that's why
someone said that I had posted something and I said up for Dora, and someone was like, who's Dora? Or I'm confused. I thought, oh crap.
Do you remember when I told Dora, I said shut the front Dora? And she got offended. I felt so bad. I was like, shut the front Dora. That was in our old co-op, I think. And I said shut the front Dora to her on chat, and she thought I was serious. She was like, why did you tell me to shut up? And I'm like, I didn't. I just thought it was funny, so I said it.
I love having fun on the farm.
It is fun on the farm. It is people telling jokes and telling stories, and a lot of people, I think, use it. Now, a lot of women's brains are wired, so a lot of women use it to kind of think about nothing, right? I've heard that.
I think that's why I played it. For me, it was, when I had just had Katie, so I needed to stay awake at all different hours of the night, but I didn't want to be too awake where I had to think.
Right.
So, yeah, I think...
Because it is a very mindless game. In fact, just talking to you, I'm just scrolling around the screen and endlessly, feeding my cow wheat. But I just find myself... And it's so strange because it's really not an exciting game. It's really not a waiting for things to happen. It's very repetitive, yet it doesn't seem to be repetitive. Do you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. It's a strange phenomenon, and that's why I love it, and that's why, it's very odd that it's such an appealing game to many people, and I think it's probably the social end that is the most appealing. Hey, let's check out my Marie orders. Apparently, I can collect a Marie because I did one goal. So, how many orders do you get typically a week on the Marie board?
How many do I do?
Yeah, like do you do 60? Like some of our co-op members do 60 orders.
Until a few months ago, I did 60 nonstop every time, and then more recently, I've been getting in the 50s. I think right now I'm at about 60. Liz, I have asked him that same question. It drives me crazy too. She wants to know why you're not using your timber.
I'm stingy. I told everybody this earlier. I have 326 speed seeds. I have 8,000 timber. I have how many of those? What are those things you use to help build things when you like these things? No, that's the speed seed. There's something else that I have a bunch of. I have gold starred my 2 factories for my dairy, and they make the most points on the weekly thingy-majiggy. You'll have to help me with the names of things because I've forgotten. But
on the county fair?
On the county fair. I have yet to do this oven because these things take forever and you don't really get a lot of points on it. But I just find, and lately I haven't been doing anything on the Marie orders. I have it open on the screen here. Let's ask for help on some easy stuff. Let's say blueberries. Let's put that out for help because I always like to ask, and yarn dolls too. I'll put that out for help because I have such. Oh look, we have Lori who grabbed one and Lori who grabbed the other one. You'll have to wait 10 seconds to see it.
Because your orders are so easy.
I know, but they're so easy because I don't do them. But I always do one because if I do one, just like I just did, I'll get the Marie, not the Marie, the Betty the botanist, right?
Yes.
Betty the botanist lady. So
Celia said golden gloves. How many golden gloves do you have?
Golden gloves. So how do I find that? Where do I go? What do I do?
Are you making anything right now?
I can be. Let's see. I'm gonna put some butter on. Yeah, golden
put some
gloves.
butter on.
Okay, butter's cooking. I have 229 golden gloves.
Holy cow.
and they only give you 5 minutes off, right? Right? Like, so they take 5 minutes off, or is it 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So if you use them on like you're trying to make like peanut nor wine or something, it takes like 8 hours. You don't use them for that. And when I use this stuff, and I talked about this earlier, but we have some people that I'm sure have joined us since I've talked about it. When I use my golden gloves and my speed seed, I wait until an event starts, like the leaderboard event, where I need to make stuff fast. And I also have used things, I've been known to use them when a co-op member has been like, I'm really short lemons. And I'm like, well, I have a surprise for you. How many would you like? And then I just like plick, plunk, water, and then use my golden gloves or speed seed because it just makes it instantly ready. So I've used them for that, and I've used it to help people in the co-op make stuff quickly. Anyways, how many do you have? How many speed seeds, golden gloves, and timber do you have, Jennilee?
I think I have about 20 of the gloves, and speed seed I'm sitting around 20-ish, I think, because I got some from the event.
And you can mail some stuff too, right?
Mail gloves?
No, you can mail like speed seeds, right?
Oh, yes, you send them.
I'm not hooked into Facebook right now, but I see sometimes you guys send me stuff, and I think I can click it, but I can't. Or no, I can't click it, but I can send it because I have so many that it won't let me add anymore, or it won't let me. I think it's 10, right? 10. If you have more than 10, you can't accept more or something or send it. I don't know.
Liz says, can't you see how many each co-op member does on the board by going to the co-op site? You can. Since he's not connected to Facebook, though, I don't know if he can pull that up.
We're gonna try. So I'm gonna go to. Is it here? No, it is. It's on our member page. And you know what? I'm not gonna. I have it on the screen here. We have 4 members up. And it does show 4 of us, but in the interest of not revealing everybody's identity on our co-op, I'm not going to go through each person, but we can look at these 4, and you can see that we have...
Although it just started over today.
It just started over today. Yeah, we're at... You mean the Marie board?
Yeah.
Because we smoked at it, right? Like we'd have 1,000 again. I guess that's another thing to talk about is the 1,000 goal. We've never had one go over 1,000, right? Like no matter how many we do, it just stays at 1,000 now. And we have some.
And we haven't missed any. Everyone's so awesome.
Everybody is awesome, and we used to have a problem in the old co-op of people getting in trouble for not doing Marie board, right?
Yes.
Like there would be like the co-op leader would be like, they're not playing, they have done nothing. And I mean, I've done not a lot, and I have 1 or 2 orders completed. Let me see if we have I have some of this stuff, so I'm not gonna put it out for. I'm gonna keep it low. Sorry, I have my screen up and I'm clicking on things, but yeah, like you don't have to get a ton if you're contributing in other ways, right? Like there's lots of ways to contribute as a co-op member besides doing the Marie board.
Liz said her old co-op was like that as well. And Celia, I think she's curious how many sand dollars you have.
Okay, sand dollars, I find that by going into this prize tent thing, right?
Yes.
So
and she says she loves the Make It Rain power pin.
Oh, yes.
I think my favorite is the Ready Eddie.
Well, the Ready Eddie gives you the experience points, right?
Well, it sends Eddie back to you. Like, instantly. He doesn't go away. You can click him away and he comes right back. So you can do whatever orders you want.
Right, okay. So he doesn't give you more experience. He just makes it easier for you. Now I have 58 yellow ribbons. I have 54, sorry. I have 95 red ribbons. And I have 72 blue ribbons. And on the pins, I have 103 sand dollars. Is that good?
You need to use some of those.
I know, but I can't even use them because look, they're all locked out. I have a couple I can use. I have the what is this, the Ready Eddie one? Ready Eddie pin, and the buttered up one, and the sheep one, and the sugar one, and there's an egg-tastic one. What does that do? Do we know?
I think it gives you more eggs.
Oh yeah, right, the egg-tastic ones. It looks like it's Easter eggs to me, so I was kind of freaked out. And then holy cow. So you know which one I loved when I got it for free was that rain one that you don't have to keep on watering your stuff.
That's what Celia said. That's her favorite, the Make It Rain. I've used it. That was the first pin I ever used, and I thought it was really cool. But once I found the Ready Eddie, I haven't gone back.
Yeah, but you just keep Ready Eddieing all the time, and you're way past me in level now. I'm at 65. At one time I was ahead of you, but then I've kind of like stalled. And there's lots of discussion on why I don't like leveling up, and that's maybe for another night as well. But yeah, it's definitely a fast way with Ready Eddie, right, to level up.
And Liz is asking, why are some of your pins locked? And I think that might have something to do with it. Not with that, but do you do the Mariner?
I do not do the Mariner. The Mariner, I'm going to click on it for everyone. You can see my super low numbers. Everybody can be jealous right now. I have 5 dried fruits, 7 biscuits, 2... Yeah, what are these things? Canvas totes, 7 grapes, 7 wool scarves, and 1. What the heck is this one thing? This is called is it a royal sexton thing?
The royal sexton.
That's what that is. So they're all super low, and you can see that as you do these, as you do more orders, this bar along the left side goes up and unlocks these other pins. So yeah, I want to eventually get them, but I just haven't. Like I said, I play for a different reason. I play for, I don't know if it's because it's repetitive and I just do that, or if I play for, I don't really know why I play, but I don't typically do a lot of experience points things.
Liz said those are tiny orders.
I know they are. Everybody says so jealous of them. And that's the key too. I have had large orders show up on my Marie board, and all I've done is I've stopped doing it. I've stopped doing, like, getting the goal and the timber and all that stuff, and they start dropping. And I noticed that after about 3 or 4 weeks or 5 weeks of not doing anything or very little, all the numbers started dropping. And I think when Liz first joined us, Liz came to us from not playing for a while, and all her orders were super low for a long time, even though her level was really high.
Liz said she forgot about that bar for the Mariner. I forgot it was there too.
Because you guys finished it all, right?
Right. Once you're done with it, you don't really look at it anymore because you're not chasing that goal.
Right. How about your world class or your mastery building? Have you been spending any time in there?
Not since you and I had talked about it before, but just doing orders on their own. You see the little thing pop up and you realize, oh yeah, that window over there.
Yeah, the little mastery seal thing. I'm almost finished my grape one. I need like 3 more grape juice, and then I'm finished that, and then I'll have 15% chance. I guess I still got to do another section on that one yet. But I really like the cow one because I always run out of cow milk. Are you the same way?
I have 3 cows.
So you purchase them with keys, I guess, right?
Yeah, I purchased the one that gives you 3, so I get 5 every time.
Now, is that the prized cow? The one that you have to feed special stuff?
The prized cow?
Yeah, the prized cow. I'm gonna go to
Oh, no, there's another cow. If you go down and look at the animals to purchase, I think he was like 240 keys or something.
So let's check it out. The Jersey cow for 150. Oh, the cozy cow 3 times milk for 240 keys.
Yes, that one.
Does it ever go on sale? Because that's a lot of keys.
No, I think I saved up and I was awful proud to get that one because I hated running out of milk.
I hate running out of milk too, but I've trained myself to constantly click on the cow, like without thinking. Like just constantly click on it, constantly click the wheat, constantly water the wheat. And I find myself, like I go back to my butter here and I'm like, 26 milk. I'm actually getting low. But I did do the prized cow. The prized cow gives you, how many is it? It gives us like 5 milk. So when I really need milk for stuff, I'll start doing prized cow stuff.
I don't think I do any of the prized animals much. Liz said she worked really hard to finish the house.
To finish the house? Which house? Do you mean the mastery building?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what she means. Is that what you mean, Liz?
So the mastery building, so there must be an end to it. So like right now I'm on wool, and I know that there was a member on our co-op who was making teddy bears like crazy, and I think that might come up for me later once I'm with the wool. But I'm curious to know how many sections there are to this mastery building. It would be interesting to know. If anybody's just joined us, we are live streaming Farmville, talking about Farmville, and we would love to hear you guys chat in the comments. I know there's been some people here probably from the close to the beginning, and thank you so much for being with us.
Liz said yes, she finished the house.
See, that's what I'm worried of. Like, are we gonna like get bored of stuff? I mean, Liz is still here, so she can't be totally bored. I'm not sure if she has maxed out her barn, but you know, and I don't know what boat races are going to be and stuff, so hopefully they're still entertaining. And they do add stuff, like they've added the show pigs. That was like last summer or something, right? All these show animals.
I think that was around the time I was starting to really play, so I don't know if I realized they were new.
Because it's interesting. They don't add a lot to the game. I guess maybe because they don't want the crashes. We went through like an epic crash proportion in the last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had I know that when I was on that Facebook group, we got like 1,000 new members or something, and I swear that every single one of them had problems with their farm, or
that's all you were seeing on that page. It was constant, back to back.
It was constant, I know. And it was, so I don't really know why it can't be updated, why this game can't be updated easily, because it's really a very basic game. There's not a lot that I can see is causing a big drain on the computer, right? Like it's pretty basic stuff as far as I can tell. Maybe who knows though.
Liz said she does not have Max Barn.
Good.
Avery said you guys are so funny, but I can't tell if it's a joke.
I think Thanks, Avery. I love comments like that. I think that's our goal. I think to be funny is what we want to do, right, Jennilee?
Well, yeah, we want to be lighthearted and have fun. And Liz says, Avery, you're jealous.
Avery probably wants to be in our co-op now. We're gonna get like a message. We're gonna get a whole ton of messages on our farm.
Just wait. We've dropped down to 7. I think people are starting to get
tired. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we did really well. I mean, we have 220 subscribers or something, and I'm sure a lot of the people that have joined us tonight were from our co-op, and that's cool. We love to have you guys here. We love to talk about you guys. I think from this whole episode we did, which will probably wind up now, it's been about an hour and a half, right? So I think I'm good with what we've done. I think people that watch this live stream or a replay of this live stream will understand what we're trying to do. We're trying to talk Farmville, joke about Farmville, talk about the players that play Farmville, and talk with the players that play Farmville, right?
Right.
So I think we did a good job of that. I hope so. If there's any comments that you guys want to post, after the video is done on our page, on any of the pages. That would be helpful to us. Any suggestions? And I really, really, really thank you, Jennilee, for volunteering to be part of this this recording. I know that.
Thank you for letting me join.
No problem. I know that we had when I was with the other Facebook page and I was doing live streams, and I said this would be really fun to have somebody else, and I put a message out to our co-op kind of asking for volunteers, and you were like quite quick to say yes. So I'm super happy for that.
I figured we'd have fun.
We did, and we will. I can see it's going to be a good old time talking about Farmville stuff. We can discuss the latest events, the latest glitches, and hopefully provide some help. Maybe some people can log in and be like, hey, I'm crashing. What do I do? What should I do? Or how do I send a ticket into Zynga? So you guys are a big part of this show too. Anybody listening right now, anybody who joins us next time, we really encourage your chats. We will interrupt our regular scheduled show for you guys. That's our intention anyways, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I know that this is basically but between me and you, Jennilee, this is kind of our first time we've actually had a long conversation about Farmville and about anything for that matter, just kind of hanging out. And we don't know each other outside of this. We're strangers like everybody else. And it's just a fun time to talk to other people that have similar Farmville interests.
Liz is cracking me up. So she's saying not to let Avery in. Avery says she's downloading the game. Her mom says no. Come on, Mom. And then Liz says, go feed Rocket.
So Avery is a child of Liz.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. And we have a lot of members, child, siblings, and sisters and brothers. Not brothers per se. Well, we have one brother. I think Treasure's son is on here, so I guess he's a brother to somebody, but not anybody.
Well, there's Dalton too, and I think that's Lori's grandson.
Right. That's true. Well, I think, Jennilee, it is 9:31. I think it's time to say goodnight to all of our farm friends.
I think so too.
So with that, I will say goodnight.
Wait,
Okay.
Liz, I'm sorry. I said she, I meant he. She says my son is 17. Sorry.
So Avery is a boy.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to forget that. So Liz, I'm sorry that I'm calling your son a boy because my memory is super short. And I'm lucky to remember Jennilee's name as far as she's joining me, and I have her name on my screen everywhere. So I'm lucky that that happens, but I apologize to anybody and everybody. One other disclaimer, which probably no one will hear because who's going to listen to an hour-and-a-half video on YouTube, is that these live streams are unscripted for the most part. There's going to be mistakes, there's going to be glitches, there's going to be stuff freezing, and I'm sorry if that happens. We will try to get back as soon as possible. And did you want to add anything, Jen?
Nope, I think that sounds pretty good.
Awesome. Any other chat questions before we hang up?
No, but Treasure did agree. She says she doesn't like the county fair. I don't either.
Awesome. And I think Treasure was here like this whole time.
Yes, absolutely.
She's our biggest fan. She's like, go guys, go, yay guys, yay. And when Treasure first joined, and I know I said I'd be ending this thing, but stuff just comes up. When Treasure first joined our co-op, before she got here, I said, get your pirate hats ready. There's Treasure coming to the co-op. Do you remember that post?
No, but I think that's funny.
Yeah, she thought it was cute too. And I didn't realize that people that join our chat can read all of the chat from since we started. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, see, at least you knew that. Anybody out there who didn't know that, if you're joining our co-op, you can read all the chats we've had ever since we started, from basically the beginning of that chat group.
Yeah, I can't see anything. Every time I click on the app, it starts the chats all over again. So if I'm off for a minute and I jump back on, I miss anything that was said.
I see, gotcha. And you can't go back and read it?
No.
Weird. All right, so no other chats popping up? No other questions?
Liz says Avery's an odd name. I don't think so, but it's one of those names that kind of goes both ways. My sister's name is Leslie. She's always gotten that confused where people think she's a boy.
I have a cousin named Leslie who's a boy, so that makes sense. But yeah, Avery I've heard a lot of times. Isn't there an Avery? I don't know. I'm thinking of something funny in my head, but it just won't come to me. I'll have to wait till next time. Any other?
And then Treasure says good night.
Good night, guys. So with that, I will bring up our
And Celia said she's going to be on the farm. Sorry.
No problem. So we'll probably be chatting for a bit after this, Jennilee. What I'll do now is I'll bring up the title screen and I will say goodnight to everybody and the streaming. God bless everybody. We really thank you for coming. Any final words, Jen?
Thank you.